Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk to you very quickly about all of the amazing options that we have available for you in the science department in the sixth form. So I'm going to present my screen and I'm going to show you some information in this video about BTEC Applied Science Level 3. And what I would like for you to do, if you are considering an option in science, I would like you to watch all of the science videos because I will kind of go through the differences between them, what they're suited for, and potentially what kind of careers they can lead to. Okay, so as I present my screen. Okay, so I've created a little presentation here about the BTEC Level 3 National Extended Certificate in Applied Science. So the important thing straight away to note is that this is a BTEC qualification, okay, which means it's not an A level. I know that some of you know the difference between the BTECs and the A levels, but it is the equivalent of an A level, but it is a BTEC qualification, and I'll talk about what that means in a second. So there are a number of different courses if you type in Applied Science BTEC Level 3, and it does get a little bit confusing to know which one that you would be studying. But the one that we study here is the National Extended Certificate in Applied Science, which is equivalent in size to one A level. Okay, this is designed for learners who are interested in learning about the sector alongside other fields of study. So the good thing about this is that this subject will allow you to study a bit of biology, a bit of chemistry, and a bit of physics, okay, without committing to just studying one of the three sciences. It can lead to you progressing to a wide range of higher education courses, but not necessarily just in applied science or science. Okay, this should be taken as part of a program of study that includes other BTEC nationals or A levels. So what you would find is this would take up one of your options, which frees up then the rest of your options to be able to choose some other maybe BTEC qualifications that we offer at the school, or some other A levels that may fit what you are looking to study. So some key information about the course, first of all. Realistically, we're looking for a minimum of C grade in GCSE science, and ideally at least a C grade in English and maths, okay? Because this particular course does require you to sit both exams, and also it will require you to complete some assignments as well. So it will really require some English and some math skills involved. Now, with all of these videos, I have been pointing out which teachers you will have for the subject. However, for BTEC Applied Science, as it involves biology, chemistry, and physics, throughout year 12 and year 13, you will have various teachers. Myself and Mr. Allen tend to teach some of the physics aspects of the course. Miss Lockett tends to teach some of the chemistry aspects. Some of the biology aspects have been taught by Miss Griffiths, Miss Wanless, and also Miss Simons. So I don't want to commit to what teacher you'll have because it could be different next year depending on the timetable. So this is how the course content looks. So it's important to remember, if we go back to the slide a moment ago, there are 4 units. 3 are mandatory, okay? So 3 you have to do, you haven't got any choice in those, but you have got 1 optional unit, and 2 of them are external, which means that they are exams of some shape or form, and 2 of them are internal, which means that your teachers will mark and assess and grade those, and they will go through the BTEC moderation process before going towards your grade. So here are those units. So the mandatory units are unit 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and you'll spot here that we've got external, internal, external. That's because unit 1 is an exam, and unit 3 is an exam, but it's a synoptic exam or assessment that's marked externally, whereas unit 2 is an assignment-based unit. We then choose 1 optional unit, and as a school, and as a department, we are flexible here. So we haven't decided for definite which unit we will complete at the moment. But there's some really interesting units that could take place. Physiology and the human body systems, human regulation and reproduction, astronomy and space science, electrical circuits, and their application. Apologies for the slides coming up at the bottom and blocking some of that off. So there we are, a few seconds to look through those. So what are the highlights about the BTEC Applied Science course? Well, there'll be some very new, interesting topics. If you're very interested in science, there will be some real science that's applied to the real world. So here we've got an MRI scanner. You may well learn about some of the medical physics concepts. So MRI scanners, look at how gamma cameras work, X-rays, and some of that kind of thing. We do have an annual trip that we go on, which is to what's called the Science in Health Live, and that is at the Cardiff University Hospital, so the Heath Hospital in Cardiff. We go there every year, and we take a range of sixth form pupils from different science A levels and BTEC, to be able to experience some of the equipment and find out about some of the way that the hospital functions. So it's a really good trip. And in fact, I went on that trip. It's been going for 25 years now, I think, or even longer. But I went on that trip when I was doing my A levels. As I studied A-level sciences. So it is a very good trip, and we go on there every year. So you'll have the opportunity potentially to go on that trip too. Now, there's excellent further study and career opportunities. We've had former pupils that have completed a BTEC in applied science that have gone on to nursing and lots of other degrees in various different things, not just in science. So it really is a good qualification at sixth form to be able to get you your UCAS points to be able to go to university, or it could be that you go on to an apprenticeship, or you just go on to securing a job in a company, or just normal employment straight after sixth form. So it suits all of those different pathways. The other highlight I would say is there's a lot of practical science in the applied science course. You'll do a series of experiments that you will need to potentially write reports on. And they are, really good experiments that are more detailed than some of the ones you will have studied in Key Stage 3 and 4 in science. Some really good equipment that you may never have used before could be used there as well. So a little bit more detail about the reason for this course. So the BTEC course, the reason why it's different to an A-level, and the main difference is there is a considerable amount of work that is completed via assignments. Now, assignments do have to be completed by a deadline. Okay, so you need to be very good at managing your time and being able to meet deadlines in this course, as failing to meet deadlines could result in you failing particular units and even the course. So you need to make sure you be able to meet deadlines. So if you're not a very organized person for submitting work on time, then this is definitely not the course for you. So think about that carefully. The other key thing to realize is that there are some exam content now with the BTEC. In the past, the Applied Science BTEC did not have any exams elements in it, but now they have introduced that. So you need to have some, good amount of knowledge and recall for science concepts, as there will be some biology, some chemistry, and some physics on the exam papers that you will need to answer. So you need to be quite good at science exams, hence why we would like for you to have a minimum of a C grade at GCSE. So what's the purpose of this qualification? So if you choose BTEC, does that mean you cannot go on to, science-related degrees? Well, no. It is designed for learners who are interested in learning about the science sector and the applied science sector alongside other fields of study, with a view to progressing to a wide range of higher education courses, but not necessarily in applied science. So I know of former pupils that have studied this course that have gone on to nursing, as I said before. We've had former pupils that may, they have taken A levels, like, for example, psychology, And that combination of applied science, psychology, and other A levels, they've gone on to potentially do psychology or criminology at university. There have been students that have gone on and looked at more a history degree if they did a history A level. So it is a very, very, very good qualification for getting you some UCAS points to go towards what you need to get into university to study whatever degree that you're passionate about. And that could be science, and it could, not be science related. The only thing that I would say is if you have ambitions of going on to becoming a doctor and studying full medicine at university, or if you were looking to study straight physics, straight biology, or straight chemistry, or very specific science degrees, then a BTEC in applied science is not the right qualification for you. You are best to then look at the specific A levels that you require. But if you need anything, okay, or you have any questions at all, please email Mr. Allen, which is sallen@lamwynhigh.org, or myself, jwinship@lamwynhigh.org. Or you can email any science member of staff, as we all teach the applied science and should be able to give you some advice. If you want to know what sort of courses you may need to take for particular degrees, again, you can email us and we will answer that.